put in, and it has stayed, and it's working. But historically, that thing started in the 30th century in France. And that entrepreneur, it was a French word. And later in 16th century, it was taken by the world. And what is it exactly? It is a kind of venture where you speculate, where you try something, you endeavor with speculation mindset and with a lot of risk associated. Any opportunity that comes along you, you grab it. You grab it. I have avoided to speak on that. I have decided and selected to speak on the things that I'm sure of, that I can speak, that will bring a certain discipline in you, that I can plan, I can make follow-up, and through the progress, I can glorify God because I can see my steps. And that is very important. Praise Jesus. That is very important. And I'm not saying entrepreneurship is something bad, but I am giving you the history and what does it mean. There is a statement that says poor people have a lot of work they do, but very little earning. But rich people have very few things they do, but with a high earning. You understand that? So entrepreneur is mostly like the work that people with no incomes engage with, because it's like you are moving on the road. Someone says, come, I have this car, you can wash it, I give you money. So because it is every opportunity that you take, you start washing his car. Before you finish, someone comes with a heavy luggage and say, I want somebody to carry this luggage to the bus stand. And then you stop this and carry that luggage. And they pay you a little, and at the end you have done a lot of things, but very little any. But a rich person or a wealthy person, or the person who plans, has chosen a very few things and has assessed the ability, and he works on it, and he gets a lot of money without no pressure. Praise Jesus. It is good to be entrepreneur, but as a church, we would like you to move to the higher step, because we have the Spirit of God and we have a knowledge of the world. So we have to invest all that we have to make ourselves capable and to move where we desire to move. Thank you. I don't have my pointer. Please, can you go where we ended? I was talking about how we divide our earnings, from earnings to saving to spending. So can you take us to that slide, please? Praise Jesus. Guys, this is something that I remember our bishop allowed me to lead, something we call home cell lessons, the home church lessons. So I taught this in the church. Then I have to prepare some discussion points at their home cells. One of the home cells started working on it, and one time they told me, we have been receiving lessons from the church, and we worked on it. Now in our home cell, we have got some millions that we started serving. We started working together. Now we have got some millions. I don't remember how many, but that was very powerful feedback. If what you say impacts the life of people, and they put it in action, and they are supporting each other, that was very powerful. Now let us proceed. We stopped here, and I told you about the wisdom statement from Bill and other people whom I have quoted them down. The next one. Now, let us see how God wants us to spend our earnings. Please, let's go to the next slide. Sure. This is how God wants us to spend your money. That's 60%, yeah? That's 60%. As a Christian, your money should go to your family. And if you are able, to the extended family. Your family is the first and the foremost important place to spend your money. Because the strong church starts from the very family. And how you spend your money brings a values into your children. I was telling my friends, some of the opportunities that I have gotten of serving or helping someone, I was convinced by my children. Just recently, one came to me and said, Father, why can't we give, as she told me, someone has no bed and mattress. And I have seen bed and mattress in the store. Why can't we give her? So I was like, this is a good idea. And as long as it comes from my child, let me do it. Just knowing that we have excess of something and we need to bless someone. That is the lesson from my spending. How do I spend my money? You parents and you parents of tomorrow, you will work so hard to train your people to serve the Lord if you don't leave it at home. You don't need to teach and write books to teach how people will serve the Lord. Serve your Lord. If at some point they will miss fruits because you have served the Lord, let them know we are passing through this situation because we have met someone's need. And that will remain. And that is the church we are anticipating in the future. So spend your money very well in your family. Let them know. Let them know. I don't know how many of you know your password of your husband's ATM card. Those who are married. Yeah? Some people do hide their cards. And this happened to one of my relatives back at home. He was working in one of the hospitals owned by the Spaniards. You know, he was taken by water, by flood, and died. Unprepared. And he had a lot of farms, and he has harvested a lot of onions, and he had his ATM card. His wife has no information about it. And yet no one would help to tell her, someone has got your father's, your husband's belongings. No one. No one. That is not good experience. You know what happened? After some time, his wife started hearing, there's a lot of your belongings, someone has it. Then she developed pressure, hypertension. And she got saved, but one day at the church, at noon, she just fell down and died. So the children, they have 3 daughters, they were total orphans. Total orphans. And one of them came to Mwanza to study. I think I haven't told anyone. No one knows. But she came. We wanted to stay with her because she has no father, no man. But she said, no, well, I want to do some discussions with my friends. So I have a loan. I can rent a house. So we said, okay. But after a year, she got pregnant. So we were hearing that she has a child, okay, but it was a holiday time. She went home. But when she came back, all her belongings were stolen in her room. So she has to call us that I am coming home because I have nowhere to stay. Total offer. We said, just come. We didn't knew if she was pregnant for the second baby. So she came, we stayed for one, I think almost a year. She went for holiday. She came with another baby. So we had 3 in our house, but they are our family. We have to take care of them. How can you support someone of that nature if you don't have a belongings, if you don't have money? We are the people of impact. We need to really understand that our wealth support a lot of people in our life. Praise Jesus. But more importantly, your family, your daddy, your mom. I have my father, he has passed away. That was 2011, but my mom is still alive. I bought several plots for her. She asked me, you know what, where I am right now, there are hills. So when I go to church, I have to go down and go up. So please take me near to the church. So I bought a plot near the church. And I took some stone and brick and sand. Then she said, you know, near the church it's very cold. I can't live here. I bought a place in Mwanza. I said, come in Mwanza. I didn't tell her that I have bought place for her. When she came, I put her, let's go somewhere. I said, Mom, do you see this place? It is hot and it is really big. You can keep your animals if you want. Are you willing to stay here? Because you said, where are you? I bought the plot, it's very cold. I said, okay, let me think. When she went back, she called me, you know what? Those people, I'm not used to live with them. I can't come. That is my mom, you see. Then I say, Mom, now let me listen to you where you want me to build a house for you. So she went somewhere and she got a plot. Say, that is where you want to live? Yes. So I built the house and she's now living at the place of her choice. But I struggled a lot just to make sure my mom has got something that satisfies her. It is very important to honor your parents. To honor your parents with your wealth that God is going to bless you. And don't feel like they are stubborn. Because, to choose where to live, it's a lot of analysis. When she comes to Mwanza, there is none of our tribe. She thought maybe when I'm sick in night, whom can I call? When I want maybe to move around and speak to some people, whom should I speak to? She did a lot of analysis. That's how it is. So spend whatever God blesses you in your family, nuclear family, the extended one. The second and very important place, in the church. In the church. There are so many opportunities that God has put before us in the church. From your wealthy, your assets, to your resources like knowledge and education that you have. I used to tell university graduates when we are saying bye, as the coming week we are going to say bye to so many university graduates in the University of St. Augustine. I say, you are educated. And I will wonder if your education becomes like USD, US dollar. That is spent down there. What's the remote place here in Uganda? Very remote. What's the place in Uganda where there is no euro de change? It's very remote. Where? Karamoja. Yes, Karamoja. I was told when I visited Compassion Uganda that Karamoja is somewhere. Still in Karamoja. And your mom told you, go and buy me sugar. Will you buy sugar? And yet it's a very, very valuable manner, you see. So your knowledge and your education should be practical in the life you are going to live. If you cannot use your education to affect the people surrounding you, then that is nothing. It's better you haven't gone to school. Because you can't convert your knowledge into life. So what's that knowledge used for? It can't help you, brother, to control your environment and to tell someone who has little knowledge to develop at least. So translate your education into life action. That is like having Ugandan shillings when you are in Karamoja. You can spend anywhere. So some of us have got education like US dollar. Very expensive, but you are staying in Karamoja. You can't use it. It's never applicable. That is a bad knowledge. The church needs to try to have a knowledge that meets people's life. When you come out of church, you learn something that you practice it in a life, and people will see the changes. And that is a very powerful gospel. The gospel that changes a person. It will never be stopped for any reason. Even if the people are not giving testimony, they are just living their Christian life. People will be impacted. They will see difference. Even if the government says don't preach, but you have people who are changed and they live that transformation. They will just, there is a biology terms of what? Spreading, what was it? Osmosis and whatever. What is that? For those who came from school just lately. Osmosis and diffusion. Do you know osmosis and diffusion? The transfer of what? Of what? The movement of? Yes. That is what salvation is all about. The knowledge is all about. It just transfers itself without even speaking. The gospel that changes lives people is very powerful gospel. Very powerful gospel. You don't need to speak too much. You just need to transform someone's life. So this is where you spend. You go to the needy people, as Dorcas did. We have got a lot of orphanages. You can just go there and do charitable deeds. And widows, street children, NGOs on education, on health, and water. Currently, God has blessed our church. We have registered an NGO, but it deals with women, and they work on the honey. We have just registered. Even the registration is not out, but it was a journey. There was up and downs, a lot of meeting with the partners from UK, and now we have registered it. But it is for the women, and some of our church members are employed. So the money, they pay tithe, they spend their money at the church. That's how beautiful. If you develop people, the church becomes a very strong church. Praise Jesus. If you want to have a weak church, just combine and bring together the poor. They will keep on murmuring and complaining. Yeah. And poor people are complainers, I tell you. Sure, I tell you. That's the experience I have. Whatever you do, they feel like you are doing that because you want to intimidate them. But if you have got people who have knowledge and have wealth, they are free, they are confident, they can confront even a president and tell him, brother, you need to accept Jesus. Because they have opportunity. There was this guy preaching in one of the market where we sell cows, but his trouser was cut. Yeah? So there were Wazungus passing around. When they saw him, they started putting money into his feet because they thought he has a problem, but the language he's speaking we don't understand. But we can see his status, his condition. So let us put the money beside him so that he picks them. They thought he was asking for money because of the condition he has. How do we display the strongness and the beauty of Jesus? You say, when you get saved, everything is possible. And yet, when people look at you, they say, oh, is this guy serious? Is this one serious? So, you are confusing people. But there are several facts, two of them. The fact is, most people who come to us ask for support, ask for financial support. How many have experienced that? The people who come to you ask for financial support. Most. Very few ask for maybe counseling, maybe something else, but most people come for that. If that is the case, we cannot sustain them by supporting. We have to teach them how to support themselves while supporting bit by bit, bit by bit. I'm supporting you bit by bit, even without telling him, but make sure he comes out of that place and become a powerful person with his income available. So, honor the Lord with your possessions and with the first fruits of all your increase. So your barns will be filled with plenty, and your vats overflow with new wine. That's Proverbs 9:10. 9 to 10. Honor the Lord. Honor the Lord. All these areas, the list can go on, is where we spend their money, their belongings, their wealth. The list can go on, but never spend your money on the things that destroys your faith. That destroys your faith. Don't do the work of God in a way that destroys the work of God in you. you are doing the work of God in a way that destroys the work of God, that will be it will be a mess. So let us proceed because of time, and later we will take some questions or some comments or some plans, anything you want to share. Now, if you want to start this journey, you will ask me, how will I start this journey of wealth creation? This is a simple description I have made for you to start. Now, after you've asked those 3 questions, and some of them are repeated here, what do I want to do? No one will tell you exactly what do you want to do. It is you. It is you. What do I want to do? Please search for that. Go into your Google search engine, and ask yourself, what do I want to do? That is your responsibility. Second is, how will I do it? If you have identified what you want to do, you have started your journey. And the second step is, how will I do it? I used to ask people, if you are told to arrange these sentences, where will you start? And when I ask that, I will recognize in what step we are. So if you are asked, which is the first sentence if you will start this journey, which one will be the first question? What? The second one? The third one? What is the third one? Be confident, please. The first and the second is right. The third one? Medad? Do I have any resources to do it? Okay. Any other thoughts? Yes. How is the second? I'm asking the third. What is the third? Yes, brother? What? Who should I involve? Who should I involve? Is that your third choice? Another thought? Don't just agree on people's choices. You have another choice. You see? That is your third question. Very good. The rest. What are the... You say that your third goes to resources. What resources do I have? Okay? Good thought. Is that all you can say? Good luck. You are saying something. What is your third question to ask yourself? We have got what do I want to do. We have got how will I do it. What is the third question to ask yourself? You ask about the resource. Yes? Why should I do it? It's not there. I want you to arrange the ones I see. Great.